Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Our chapter is human coordination, and we are still discussing about the drugs abuse relating to the nervous system, or simply drug addiction relating to the nervous coordination or nervous system. So far in our previous video, we discussed about the various causes of this drug addiction. So today let's move on to the effects of drug abuse and addiction. Let's see a simple introduction to this. We know that many illegal chemicals, they have extreme effects on the function of the body. Example, some drugs, they simply cause these hallucinations, whereby objects around you may change color, shape and size, or just you may see and experience things that are just not there at all. So those are just normal effects of these illegal chemicals, or simply using the drugs in a way that is not recommended, or just as a drug addict. Such experiences may cause fear, depression, and mental disorders. So these experiences may lead to these things: fear, depression, and mental disorders. Mostly these substances, we are talking about these illegal chemicals. They simply alter one's perceptions of reality. So they simply mess up with the normal nervous coordination. Drugs, they produce a variety of short-term effects, but the most common ones, they include the following effects: increased heart rate, high blood pressure, dizziness, tremors, mood changes, and paranoia. So these are some of the effects of the drugs, especially when they are used. Maybe they are not prescribed by the medical professionals. In high doses, the risk for more dangerous effects increases, and the potential for heart attack, stroke, respiratory failure, and coma also increases. So this is due to the high dosages. Now let's move on to the these various effects. So the various effects of drug abuse, or yes, also drug addiction, they include as follows. The first one, that drugs confuse the mental facilities, so that many drug users, you see that they die in accidents or overdose on the chemicals. So drugs, especially when they are used unprescribed by the medical professionals, may lead to the confusing of the normal mental capabilities, so in a way that may lead to some serious situations, whereby, example, accidents may occur whereby the drug users, they die, or they can lead to any health hazards due to overdose. So this is the first effect of drug addiction. Drugs can also induce them, these drugs, especially when used as to these drug addicts, they induce them they induce the people, especially who are using them, to do dangerous activities such as unsafe sex or just reckless driving. So that's the first effect of drug addiction. The second one, that many drugs induce a feeling of dependence, that is addiction, and uh, in a way that they are linked with the criminal activity. So the many of the drug addicts are simply prone to these criminal activities, as they induce some kind of feelings that are independent feelings due to the addiction of the drug, and the people can be induced to various criminal activities, such as theft and robbery. The other solvent abuse, that is sniffing glue, lighter, fuel, etc., on which one can easily overdose, can cause death by heart failure. So that is other effect of drug addiction, can lead to death as due to the overdose, and can experience these kinds of symptoms. The other substances can incidentally affect the body's thermostat. Thermostat, you're talking about, that is the one that is located in the hypothalamus, which refers to the hypothalamus. When you're talking about the hypothalamus, we are referring to a topic on the homeostasis and the osmoregulation, and it can lead to, or can cause death following disruption of the body's temperature control and regulation of the body's water content. So that's how these some of the drugs that are used unprescribed, or to just to a person that is addicted to the drugs, can lead to this kind of situations. So even legal chemicals such as alcohol or a social drug can have adverse effects on the body, and we've seen that also when you use these drugs. The other effect, they can lead to aggressiveness, crime, violence, and divorce. So these are just there as the effect of being a drug addict is simply a person cannot handle his or her own normal life, and in a way leads to this aggressiveness, crime, violence, and divorce in these marriages. The other one, sharing of needles are used to these to inject the drugs, especially into the bloodstream. There are those drugs which are specially used for these drug addicts, which they inject themselves into the bloodstream. So sharing of the needles, they cause HIV infections. Can there can be I mean it can lead to the possible HIV infections and the hepatitis among the addicts. So that's the other effect of the drug addiction in this kind of a way. Likewise, because drugs they impair one's judgment, so it can lead to unprotected sex and hence become the cause of contracting other sexual transmitted diseases like syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, and herpes. So all these are just result due to the drugs as they cause the impaired judgments to the individuals. The other effect, drugs are very expensive to purchase, therefore the addicts spend much of their money on drugs at the expense of the other family needs or at the expense of the important needs that are required for the person. So that's the other effect of the drugs. Many drug addicts also are weak and so they cannot participate in income generating activities. So addicts simply cannot be involved in a productive activity. So that's how drugs can affect the normal development of the community. So this is just simple or just common effects of drug addiction to the society or just in our real life. So this leads to poverty effect, which can lead to failure to meet one's basic needs. So that's it is. The other one is drug addiction among women can lead to birth defects. So drug addiction leads to birth defects, which can include giving birth to small or premature babies and cause the baby to have withdrawal symptoms, birth defects, or learning and behavior problems. So drug addiction uh, uh, is so much causing negative impact to these women, especially those pregnant women. So as it can lead to giving birth to these small or just premature babies. Additional illicit drugs may contain impurities that can be harmful to the unborn babies. So that's other way of that point. The other point, medical concerns like depression and anxiety can severely interrupt the addict's social and professional life, leading to mood swings, chronic fatigue, and a diminished interest in formal hobbies and important life events. So these drugs can lead to this depression and anxiety, and a person can fall down from his normal lifestyle. So that's how it is. So that's all I have for this session of this clear one. I've seen plenty of various effects of drug addiction, and I hope that's all clear. And thank you.